In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the Macro Builder. There are several ways to launch Macro Builder. You can launch Macro Builder within the image processor by using the Macro button at the batch processing panel. You can also launch Macro Builder while the toolbar there is this function icon, and this is in every module of image matrix. So you can click this icon and launch Macro Builder. There are other ways to launch Macro Builder from the main interface, where you have these 4 modules listed. You can launch from there as well. I haven't got the launchpad open yet. So once you have launched the Macro Builder, you can click the file and make a new macro, and you can name it. If you don't want to name it, you can click OK. So it automatically name anything, just a new macro. So and you can type your script for your macro. You can actually make it larger if you need more space to see it. And you can also load the script. If you have a script load, for example, I might have a script load. Let's see. Oh well, it looks like I don't have a script load. That's fine. Maybe this one is a script. Yes, so once you load a script, the Macro Builder adds another line that basically it gives the correct syntax and grammar, so you don't have to worry about it. So this basically runs the script, and you can actually type the same command which achieve the same function. Now you can if you click a line, so the macro basically will run the commands in sequence. So run line 1 first, then run line 2. So if the first line is meaningless, right, you can replace the script, or you can add a new script depending on which choice you want to use. If you add a new script, it's basically, for example, let's see, data equals to 1. So, and if you just add a new script, it basically adds another line below the currently selected line. And if you don't want to add, you want to replace, edit the script, you can say, let's say data equals to 0, and then that replace that script. You can also do is you can make it numbered or not, and that's not big deal. So you can also change the sequence of these by using the arrow key. For example, I want to move the data equals to 1 to the bottom line, so just use the down arrow. You can also do is you can load the script. It basically can load functions of you can also load text code file. See, I didn't choose that in the beginning, so right now I can load text files. For example, I can load the text file. It's basically the same thing. So yes, you can also delete a script if that doesn't work for you. So if that's done by mistake, for example, so delete the selection. And alright, so and furthermore, you can load functions. There are predefined functions in the image matrix. You can do flatten, prefigure, structure, and analyze, and apply them automatically to your images. Well, these functions, they require specific parameters. You can specify those parameters in the image matrix panel, but after you have specified their parameters, you can add them as functions, and they will use the parameters that you specify in the image processor, and then everything is done automatically later. So you can also write your own MATLAB code. Apparently, I have the application program interface that's in the documentation. You can look at that, so you know what variables, what functions to call for each individual function. Buttons, UI controls, for example. If you want to say, let's say, run a section analysis, or just say, let's do a let's change the filters of area and volume. You can basically do that. For example, I want to change the filters of area. Say area mean, that would be the minimum area. So you know the variables are given in the application program interface documents. You can refer can look at that and check what the names are. So that would be the string, and that equals to, right now it's 800 right now, so I can change that to 30 something. So yeah, so this is, oh yeah, I just replaced that. So you see the region that's flattened by right now is replaced my command, so I should use add instead of replace. Anyway, you can move these to the bottom end. Yep. Yeah, right now I'm not so sure that is the area mean, but I might be right, I might be wrong, but I'm not totally upset by it right now. So yes, then what you do is you can let's run a script that can actually run, not something that running here. So let's just get rid of the actual ones. Yes, plan fit, no threshold. I think the analyze maybe not that good. Let me just do a flatten, that would be nice enough. Yeah, and do a flatten with the unmask, and then pick up my parameters. Let's say 0 with first order, and yes, and then we run that. So let's see. Yeah, so you can actually store your variables. If let's say this, let me count how many images that we have analyzed, because right now there's no function to calculate like how many, to give you a direct idea of how many images are in this group. So it's kind of risky. I've never tested before. I just want to do it right now and see if it works or not. Okay. So to do that, for the program, when you click do button, it will pass through these same macros to all the images that you choose, and you can apparently choose all of them, and then basically with that we do the flatten procedures. You may also wish to count the images, so you can store the variable in your structure variable called data, and each time when you run the script, you say like data dot number of images equals to so let's see, so basically it has to increase every time. So maybe I should use the like +1. That probably would suffice. And yes, let's click add script. I probably need to specify the initial value for this first. Let's say be 0 in the beginning. Yeah, and let's say this if is field. So if that variable is non-existent, yeah, if number this variable does not exist, if it's not a field, then what we do, if it's not a field, we basically assign a number to it, and okay. So that should take care of this, I think. And I just ran sequence. So this line basically will create a number variable called num, data.num, if it does not exist, and assign values, and the value will be 0. And if once it's assigned, so for every image, and it's going to increase its number by 1. At the end, I do want to show that the results, right? What is the result? So to do that, that would be a little bit tricky. Let me think about it. Yeah, maybe I can do this. So you want to show some kind of results, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's tricky. I want to know the results. Now what can I do? Well, you can apparently do it. So even if you run the standalone version of image matrix, you still have a command line where you can see the output. Even if you don't use a user interface to show the output, you can look at the log.txt file, which is in the same directory of image matrix, and you can just open that file and you can see the command output. So what I would do here is I would do this. So I will display the results. Called data dot. Right now I'm running MATLAB, so there's no issue with showing the display, so that should not be a problem. So run that, and let's see how it runs. Let's click do. Check all the images. When you want to flatten you can flatten multiple channels as well, but just now flatten one channel. Now it's going. I think it starts, and no, it's going. It's flattening the first, second image is going slowly, and that has to do with my screen recorder. It somehow slows the program significantly, and I don't know why. And we have apparently 20 images to go, and hopefully it's calculating the image numbers for me. Let's go back to MATLAB. Well, it's doing, say, first is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 to 10, 11. So in the end, when it stops, you know, like what's the final number you get, you know how many images are there. So, well, I mean, this is just an example. Apparently, you have many other ways to know how many images are there. But this just gives you an example, an idea of how to. So right now I'm using MATLAB to see the command output. If you are using the standalone version, you can use the log.txt file, which I wish I could show you. So the file, the command output of file would be in this file called log. So if you open this, it basically shows you what the current command output for that for the program is. So you can actually see the results in the log file. If you run image matching from the command line, you can directly see in the command line. So you can basically open the command prompt and run the image matches from there. So you can see the results directly in real time. So let me go back. I think it has finished, so there's a promo. So right now it's finished. Alright, so yes, so typically you don't want where you can either make a list of scripts and save them as macros. You can export the raster file, this basic text file. You can also save the whole program as a MATLAB, an M file, a fig file. So I mean, there are two ways to save these. But I would just export your macros as a list instead of saving the whole fig file. So, but either way, you get the saved results. But once if you export it into a text file, you will have to import them, the file from there. So I'll maybe open the file. Yeah, open the mat file. I think that's what it's done. Yes, you can save them as a mat file, then open them. I think that's the best way to go. And so you can write them here, which is kind of cumbersome because you have to use these. Well, it's not completely cumbersome. Yes, you can replace the commands and new commands. You can change the sequence. You can also use the built-in functions. What really more efficient way to do this is to load the script. So you write a script using a notepad, any kind of external text editor, and load the script. You can load M file, you can also load the txt file. So, if you are doing if you are running macro builder within the image processor, you also have the ability to perform the macro operation on all the images in the channels of your choice. If you are running macro builder on other image modules, it may have, maybe more or less of the functions. You may not have the functions button there, but it can still load script. It may not be able to traverse all your image files. So, all right, that's all.